is this beautiful lacy motif featuring a flower in the middle and giving a bit of a garden effect. On this video, I'm going to teach you how to do the Spandrel motif. I'm going to be using a 4mm hook and some acrylic yarn size 4 in 3 different colors. All right, so for this one, we're going to start with a slip knot, and you want to start with a base ring and your color A. So for our base ring, we're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we're going to join at the very first chain that you made to close the ring. So you insert your hook into that first chain, grab the yarn, and pull through to close. And that's your base ring there. We're going to be working into the center of the ring. If you pull your chains apart, you can see the little hole that we're going to go into. Now for row 1, we're going to chain 1. And then you want to do 1 single crochet into the ring. So into the center of that ring, 1 single crochet. Now we're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And you want to do 1 double treble crochet into the ring. So for a double treble crochet, we want to yarn over 3 times. So 1, 2, and 3. Now you insert your hook into the center of the ring there. Grab the yarn and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. And it's going to be quite the tall stitch there. Continuing on, we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we want to do 1 single crochet into the ring. And this is going to form our first petal. So now we want 4 petals total. So the repeat starts at a chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you do your double treble crochet into the ring. So you yarn over 3 times. 2, 3. Insert your hook into the center of the ring. Grab the yarn and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. And yarn over, pull through 2. Now we're going to chain 4. And now you're going to do a single crochet into the ring. And that's the second petal. I'm going to do them together with you. We're going to chain 4. I'm just going to do it faster now. Double treble crochet into the ring. And then a chain 4. Then a single crochet into the ring. That's my third petal. This is the fourth. One, 2, 3, 4. And now into the ring, a single crochet. And that there finishes the 4 petals that you need. Okay, sorry. This last petal here, I shouldn't have done that single crochet. So I'm going to remove it. Sorry about that. I forgot that I already have the single crochet there. So here, once you do the last chain 4, we're going to just do a slip stitch into the single crochet that you started with. That's the only difference for the last repetition. So we're going to do a slip stitch into the first single crochet of the row. And this here is the end of row 1. Now for row 2, we're going to join color B into the same place. I'm going to do that off camera. I'm going to cut color A and join color B at the same place that I'm currently in. And I'll see you when I'm done. Okay. Now for row 2, we're going to start with that color B in the same place. You've already cut your color A. We're going to chain 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that counts as a treble crochet and a chain 7. Now we're going to skip the chain 4 and do 1 single crochet into the double treble crochet. So on top of the double treble crochet, 1 single crochet. And now we're going to start the row repeat. You're going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now we're going to skip the next chain 4 and do 1 treble crochet into the next single crochet. So for that, we just yarn over twice, skip the chain 4, and into the single crochet, do a treble crochet. There we have it. Now we're going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to skip the next chain 4 space and then into the next double treble crochet of the previous row. You want 1 single crochet. And that there ends the repeat. We're going to go back to the beginning of it. The repeat starts at a chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We're skipping the next chain 4, and into the next single crochet you want a treble crochet. Then you chain 7. You skip the next chain 4, and then on top of the double treble crochet you're going to do a single crochet. And that ends the repeat. Let's finish it off together. Chain 7. Skip the next chain 4 space and into the next single crochet a treble crochet. Chain 7. Skip the next chain 4 space and into the next double treble crochet a single crochet. Chain 7. And now we're going to skip the next chain 4 space. And since we've come across the first chain 11 that we started with, over here we're just going to skip the treble crochet that we're supposed to do. Rather, we're going to do a slip stitch into the 4th chain of the chain 11. So you count from bottom to top. You count 1, 2, 3, 4, and into that 4th chain you want to do a slip stitch. And this here is the end of row 2. You can go ahead and cut off your color B. We're going to join color C into that same place. So I'm going to do that off camera, cut my color B, join C, and I'll see you when I'm done that. Okay, I just joined my color C. So now for row 3, we're going to start with a chain 4, which counts as a treble crochet. And now you want to do 2 treble crochets into that same place. So we're going to do 2 treble crochets into the same chain, basically the chain 4 of the previous row. Into there, 2 treble crochets. So here's 1 and 2. Now we're going to start the row repeat. We're going to start with a chain 1 and then do 1 single crochet into the next chain 7 space. So into here, around the chain space, 1 single crochet. Now we're going to chain 1. And into the next single crochet, you're going to work the following combination. You're going to work 2 double treble crochets. So we yarn over 3 times for that. Into the single crochet, do the double treble crochet. That's my first one. And this is my second. Then we're going to chain 2. And you want 2 more double treble crochets into that same single crochet. So into the same stitch, 2 more double treble crochets. Okay, there we have it. Continuing on, we're going to do a chain 1. And then you want to do 1 single crochet into the next chain 7 space. And then we're going to chain 1. And into the next treble crochet, you're going to work 3 treble crochets. So into the treble crochet here, yarn over twice and do, 3 treble crochets. That's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that ends the row repeat there. I'm going to do it again with you. The row repeat starts at a chain 1. And then we want to do 1 single crochet into the next chain 7 space. Then we're going to chain 1, and into the next single crochet, we want to work the combination of 2 double treble crochets, a chain 2, and 2 double treble crochets. So I'm going to do that off camera, and I'll see you when I'm done. All right, here we have it. 2 double treble crochets, chain 2, 2 double treble crochets. Continuing the repeat, we're going to chain 1 and do 1 single crochet into the next chain 7 space. Then we're going to chain 1 and do 3 treble crochets into the next treble crochet. So treble crochet, here's 1, 2, and 3. And this is what we want to do all the way around. We're not going to be able to finish the repeat. You're actually going to finish off at the chain 1 before the treble crochets because you already have them started here. So I'm going to do a couple more repetitions and meet you before you're done. Okay, so I'm almost done here, and I just want to show you how we're going to finish off. Basically, I've just done my last 2 double treble crochets, chain 2, 2 double treble crochets into the last single crochet. So now to finish off, we just want to do that chain 1 and do a single crochet into the last chain 7 space. Then we chain 1, and now we're just going to do a slip stitch into the top of the chain 4 that we started with. So we find the top of that chain 4, insert your hook, and then grab the yarn and pull through to close. This here is the end of row 3. For row 4, we're going to want to go back to color B, and you want to join that at the same place. So I'm going to do that off camera, and I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, I just joined color B and cut my color C. So now for row 4, we're going to start with a chain 1, and we're going to do 1 single crochet into the same spot that we're currently in. So into that 4th chain of the previous row, we're going to do a single crochet. I haven't been hiding my tails as I work, so I might start doing that from now on. Okay, so we've done that single crochet into the same space. Now we're going to do 1 single crochet into the next and each chain and each stitch all the way around, except for the 3 single crochets. Except that we're going to do 3 single crochets into the corners. So basically we have a square, right? So to keep the shape into these corners, we're going to do 3 single crochets around the chain spaces, and then everywhere else, 1 single crochet per stitch or chain. So let's do it together. I'm going to do basically this whole side with you. We're going to do 1 single crochet into the stitches. Here's 1, 2. Then we have a chain 1. So into the chain, I'm going to go into the actual chain and do a single crochet. Now we're at the stitch. So 1 single crochet there. Now we're at the chain 1. So into the chain, a single crochet. Now into the double treble crochet, single crochet, and likewise into the next one. And so now we've come to the corner and the chain 2 space that you have in the corners. So around the no, let's continue doing it into the chain spaces. So into the chain itself, into the chain, we're going to do a single crochet, 3 single crochets total. So I'm going to do 2 in this chain and 1 in the next. And so that's going to help us keep our corner. So now going back to doing 1 single crochet per stitch and chain. This is the chain 1, so I'm doing into the chain. This is a stitch. This is the chain 1, so into the chain. And then we've got stitches, so the treble crochets. Then a chain 1. So 1 single crochet into the chain. And I hope that now it's clear what I'm doing. Basically just 1 single crochet per chain or stitch. And now I've come to the corner. And so I need 3 single crochets in the corner. I'm going to go into the chain and do 2 in the first one and 1 in the second. And this is going to help us keep our corners, like the shape of the corner. So I'm going to do this all the way around and I'll see you when I'm done. Okay. Look how pretty this looks. I like it like just this. This is like good enough, you know. It could be a beautiful square if you stopped here, but we've got another row to go. I just want to show you the end here. I just did my single crochet into the last or second to last chain. Now into the last single crochet. Now into the very last chain here. And so now we just want to do a slip stitch into the first single crochet of the row. And then this here is the end of row 4. Now we want to move on to row 5. For that, we're going to rejoin color A. So in my case, my purple, I'm going to rejoin at the same place that I'm currently in. I'll see you when I'm done that. This is the last color change. Thank goodness. So we've rejoined color A. So now we're going to start row 5 by doing a chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And this counts as a treble crochet and a chain 2. So now we're going to skip the first 2 single crochets. So basically this one, like the one that we're currently in, and the next one. Now we're going to do 1 treble crochet into the next stitch. That begins the row repeat, this treble crochet. Now we're going to do a chain 2. We're going to skip 1 single crochet and do 1 double crochet into the next. So skip 1 into the next, 1 double crochet. Now we're going to chain 2. Skip 1 stitch and into the next do 1 half double crochet. Skip into the next, a half double crochet. Now we're going to chain 2. Skip 1 stitch and then do 1 single crochet into the next. So skip 1 into the next, 1 single crochet. Now we're going to chain 2, skip 1 stitch into the next, do a half double crochet. We're basically going back up. Chain 2, skip 1 into the next, a double crochet. Chain 2, skip 1 into the next, a treble crochet. Now we're going to chain 2, skip 1 single crochet, and then do 1 treble crochet into the next. Skip 1 into the next, treble crochet. Chain 2, skip 1 stitch, and that ends the repeat. And this is like the shape that we're going to start forming, it's more of like a curved sides. So that ends the row repeat, the skipping the 1 stitch. So let's go back to the beginning. The beginning of the repeat starts by doing 1 treble crochet into the next stitch. So skip 1 because that's how you end the repeat. Then you begin by doing a treble crochet. Then a chain 2. Then you skip 1 stitch and into the next do a double crochet. Then you chain 2, skip 1 and into the next a half double crochet. Then we chain 2, skip 1 and into the next a single crochet. Chain 2, skip 1 into the next half double crochet. Chain 2, skip 1 into the next, a double crochet. Chain 2, skip 1 into the next, a treble crochet. Now we're going to chain 2, skip 1 into the next, a treble crochet. Now you chain 2 and skip 1, and that ends the repeat again. So let's see here. Basically, we're going to have 3 treble crochets, then double, half double, single, half double, double, treble, treble. Like you want 3 trebles. You obviously have the chain 2s in between, but on each side of the previous square, you're having 3 treble crochets. I hope that makes sense. But you know what? I'm just going to do this row with you because I find it a little confusing. If you already understood, then just keep going, but I'm going to continue on with you. So we're going to go back to the beginning of the repeat by doing a treble crochet into the stitch. Remember how we're skipping that one because from the end of the repeat. So then into the next treble crochet, chain 2, skip 1, double crochet, chain 2, skip 1, half double crochet, chain 2, skip 1, single crochet, chain 2, skip 1, half double crochet, chain 2, skip 1, double crochet, chain 2, skip 1, treble crochet, chain 2, skip 1, treble crochet, chain 2, skip 1, and that ends the repeat again. So at the very end, we're not going to be able to finish it completely, the repeat I mean. So because we already started it, I believe. So I'm just going to do this repeat one more time off camera. I'll meet you right before we're done and I'll explain where we are. Okay, I just finished off here. Essentially where I'm finishing off is by doing just the treble crochet chain 2. But we're not going to be able to do the second one because you only have 1 stitch left. And on this side already, we have the 3 treble crochets that we need. Because of that initial chain that you did, the chain 6, you already have a treble crochet here. So you've got the 3 that you need on the side. Essentially, to finish off, you're just going to skip the last stitch. You have done your last chain 2. And then we're going to do a slip stitch into the 4th chain of the chain 6 that you started with. So we count from bottom to top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Into that 4th chain, insert your hook. Grab the yarn and pull through to close. This here is the end of row 5. Okay, so now for row 6, this is our last row. We're going to chain 1 and into this first stitch, which is the chain 4 from the previous row. Into there, we're going to work the following combination. A single crochet. So 1 single crochet. A chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then into the same spot, a single crochet. Then a chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then a single crochet into the same place. Then a chain 5. And then a single crochet into the same place. And this is going to give you the corner, like a little spike here that looks like a half a flower. Continuing on, we're going to do the following repetition into the next chain 2 space. So the next chain 2 space is the one here between the beginning chain and the first, I believe that was a treble crochet of the previous row, or double treble crochet. And so into that chain 2 space here, we're going to work 2 single crochets. So here's 1 and 2. And then into the next stitch, into the top of the stitch here, a single crochet. And we're going to do that again into the next chain 2 space, 2 single crochets around the chain space. And then on top of the next stitch, a single crochet. And, okay, sorry, this was definitely a treble crochet. I said double treble, but it's a treble here. So that is what you want to do along here. Now we're going to work a picot stitch. We're going to do a chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to work a slip stitch on top of the last single crochet that you made. So you go back to that single crochet, insert your hook into it, and then do a slip stitch. And that's going to give you a little picot stitch. Now we're going to do 2 single crochets into the next chain 2 space. Then 1 single crochet into the next stitch. And this 2 single crochets into the chain space and 1 into a stitch, you want to do that a total of 4 times. So that was my first time. I'm going to do it again into the next chain 2 space, 2 single crochets, into the stitch, 1 single crochet. That's my second repetition. Into the chain 2 space, 2 single crochets, into the stitch, 1 single crochet. That's my third repetition. Into the chain 2 space, 2 single crochets, into the stitch, 1 single crochet. And now we can continue with the repeat. We're going to do another picot stitch. So we want to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then do a slip stitch on top of the last single crochet that you made. On top of that stitch, insert your hook, grab the yarn, and pull through to close. Continuing the repeat, we want to do 2 single crochets into the next chain 2 space, then 1 single crochet into the next stitch, then 2 single crochets into the next chain 2 space, and now into the next stitch, we're going to work the same combination that we did here. So on top of this is basically, let me see, the second treble crochet. You know how on the sides you have 3 treble crochets, right? 3 treble crochets, 3 treble crochets, 3 treble crochets, and same here. So into the second treble crochet is where we're going to be doing these little guys, the little corners. So let's do that. Essentially, we're going to do 1 single crochet on top of the stitch, then a chain 5, then a single crochet into the same stitch, chain 7, then a single crochet on top of that same stitch, then a chain 5, and then a single crochet on top of that same stitch. And that's going to give us the little corner, the like half flower that we want. And I believe that ends the repeat. So this is a long repeat. I'm going to do it maybe just all the way around with you because we just have to do 2 more of the corners and then finish it off. So let's do it all together. Let's go back to the beginning of the repeat. It starts by doing 2 single crochets into the next chain 2 space, and then a single crochet into the next stitch, and then do that again. So 2 single crochets into the next chain 2 space, 1 single crochet into the next stitch. Now we want to work a picot stitch, so chain 3, and then do a slip stitch into the top of the last single crochet you just made. Now we're going to do 2 single crochets into the next chain 2 space, and 1 into the next stitch. And you want that a total of 4 times. So 2 single crochets into the next chain 2 space, 1 single crochet into the next stitch. That's my second repetition. 2 single crochets into the next chain 2 space, and a single crochet into the stitch. This is my third repetition. 2 single crochets around the chain 2 space, 1 single crochet on top of the stitch. That's my fourth repetition. Now we're going to do 2 single crochets into the next, now we want the picot stitch. So chain 3, and then you go back to the single crochet with the slip stitch for your picot. Now we want 2 single crochets into the next chain 2 space, 1 into the next stitch, 2 single crochets into the next chain 2 space, and let me see, I believe, and now we want the repetition of the corner. So let me just confirm this. Picot, 2 into the next chain 2 space, 1 into the next stitch, 2 into the next chain 2 space, and yes, now we should be in the center, in the middle treble crochet of the side. So we know that this is where we want our corner. So we're going to do a single crochet, chain 5, single crochet into the same stitch, chain 7, single crochet into the same stitch, chain 5, single crochet into the same stitch. And that's our corner. Okay, guys, one more time. We're almost done here. Let's go back to the beginning of the repeat. You're going to start by doing 2 single crochets around the next chain 2 space. Then 1 single crochet on top of the next stitch. 2 single crochets around the chain 2 space. 1 single crochet into the next stitch. Let's see, yeah, we've done that twice. And now we're going to work a picot. So chain 3. Then slip stitch into the back. Into the last single crochet. Now we want to do the repetition of 2 single crochets into the chain 2 space and 1 into the stitch 4 times. So here is my first one. Then my second. Now my third. And now my fourth. Now we want a picot stitch. So for that we chain 3 and do a slip stitch into the last single crochet. Now we want to do 2 single crochets into the next chain 2 space, 1 into the stitch, and then 2 single crochets into the next chain 2 space, which brings us to the middle treble crochet of this side, and into it we want the combination for the corner. So 1 single crochet, chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the same stitch, chain 7, single crochet into the same stitch, chain 5, single crochet into the same stitch, and that is the little corner repetition and our very last one that we need. We're almost done here. So now we're going to do the last bit of the repeat here. So we're going to do 2 single crochets into the next chain 2 space, 1 into the stitch, and do that again, 2 single crochets into the next chain 2 space, 1 into the stitch. Now we're going to do a picot, so chain 3, 1 slip stitch into the single crochet that you just made, and then 2 single crochets around the chain space, 1 into the stitch, and you want that 4 times. So this is my second repetition, this is my third, this is my fourth, and now I can do my last picot here. So chain 3, slip stitch into the last single crochet, and now we can do the final chain, or 2 single crochets into the chain 2 space, 1 single crochet into the stitch. Now the very last 2 single crochets into the last chain 2 space that you have before the corner that you started with. And goodness gracious, we did it. That took a while, but now we're just going to do a slip stitch into the first single crochet of the row. So the very first single crochet, insert your hook, do a slip stitch, cut off your yarn, thread your ends through, and you are all done. Here we have it, you guys. This is absolutely stunning, very unique. It's kind of reminds me of a fairy tale or like a forest. It's really beautiful. I guess it's a square. It's just a bit larger than your typical square, lacy throughout, and it features that beautiful flower in the middle. Hey, while you're at it, why don't you just subscribe to my channel? Just do it. Just do it.